Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show exposed the limitations of subversive messaging during the Great American Game. Start off by saying congratulations to Kendrick Lamar performing at the Super Bowl halftime show. A lot of controversy around it as far as people's opinions. Obviously, the halftime show, people expect somebody to play their biggest hits, songs they recognize, a performance that's just meant to just be pure entertainment at a Super Bowl party, whether you somebody who's getting drunk and eating some wings or you're chilling and vibing with some ladies, you want, certain songs to be played. He took the time to make still played some of his biggest songs, but he definitely took the time to make more of a political / social commentary. It wasn't nothing too deep. It wasn't nothing too, it shouldn't have been controversial, honestly. But it underwhelmed some. I personally liked it. But I wanted to say, I went back and watched a lot of the other Super Bowl halftime shows. So I wanted to see what was typically the theme of most halftime shows. Did they typically have a theme? Or was it just get up there, have some, stage stage dancers and stuff, or what? For the most part, it's just that. Pop singer, middle of the stage, sing your songs. We're making watch Prince, watch Michael Jackson, and all that stuff. This is definitely the most themed, if you believe all of the breakdowns that you see, that I've seen. Most of the time, it's just doing your hits. I did see The Weeknd did some type of anime opening to his. Obviously, the Dr. Dre one was the very West Coast centered theme, with the whole LA being the ground and them setting up entire sets that look like stuff that matched the person who's performing at the time. But I want to show some things. I'm going to show this right here. It's from the Super Bowl. Hold on.
No. Too loud, too reckless, too ghetto. Mr. Lamar, do you really know how to play the game? Then tighten up.
The revolution about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy.
Someone better squabble up.
Now, the whole Sam Jackson thing, I ain't gonna lie, I liked it. Shout out to Samuel Jackson. I liked but I'm pretty sure y'all have seen, if y'all have paid attention to this, the whole breakdown of it, the game, the American Game, it comes out, Samuel Jackson, I'm your Uncle Sam. If you listen to Kendrick's music, back in the past, he's mentioned Uncle Sam in his music as a character in his albums on To Pimp a Butterfly and Damn even. But it's funny because at the beginning of this show, he pretty much lets it be known what the expectation was versus what I'm going to do. So Samuel's character is constantly telling him what he's supposed to do here on this stage versus what Kendrick knows he's going to do. And I want to speak on a little bit of this. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but the first part of this, when he's standing on the GNX vehicle, the black GNX, it's a limited edition vehicle, comes only in black. It is the vehicle that his father drove him around in as a kid. And he has this jacket on with the words Gloria on it, which was the final song on his last album, GNX, Gloria, which represents his pen. So the whole symbolic nature of this right here is him saying, I made it out of the hood, because he's on the hood of the car, with my pen. So the hip-hop brought me to the Super Bowl. And that's kind of what the whole theme of it is, was him using the stage to tell his story and the political statement some people believe he made towards whether you believe he's talking to just America or the right wing. I saw a lot of the right wingers were really, really pissed. I'm not going to mention the fans, the war that's going on with the Drake situation, because that was kind of obvious. He did subvert people's expectations. He didn't play All Right. He didn't play Don't Kill My Vibe. He didn't play Poetic Justice. He didn't play a lot of those songs you expect him to play. But he did play Humble, DNA, Luther. He did play All the Stars. By the way, I didn't know that Humble is double diamond. That is crazy. If I'm not mistaken, it's the only rap song that is double diamond. Honorable says, hey, black people celebrating the newest king of rap, K-Dot. How you doing, Honorable? But yeah, so this whole point is him saying he made it out of the hood through hip hop in his pen. And I have to also admit, because people kept bringing up the pants. The pants he was wearing, which were Celine jeans. And y'all have seen me bring up, me and Travis have brought up Celine for the last couple of years. Celine is the same entity, or whatever you want to call it, that Beyonce has constantly brought into her music with Renaissance and the horse and wearing the silver during the tour. So the Celine jeans, and also after the Super Bowl, after people mocked those jeans, the sales for those jeans went up in New York at least. I'm gonna say respect to him playing the music he owns. Exactly. That's another aspect that people began to understand was later, which is he just signed a deal. GNX was his first album on his own label, I guess you call it, PG Lane. So he did play 3 songs from that album, but he focused more on that and on songs that he owns 80 to 90% of. But the first piece I showed was him standing in the middle of the American flag, which is black men dressed in red, white, and blue, forming the American flag with their bodies, him standing in the middle of it. Obviously, that represents Black America. And then he has another point where it's split. I think that's when he started doing DNA or Humble. I think it was Humble. It's split. And then before that, he said the culture is divided. But I don't think he was talking about America. I believe he was talking about Black America when he said the culture is divided. But yeah, he went through all this. One of the breakdowns that stuck with me the most was when he went by the light poles and he had those young black dudes all dressed in white long shirts, and he was doing the song "Man of the Garden." And after he performed a couple bars of the song, Samuel Jackson walks up and says, "Oh, you with your homeboys, the old culture cheat code." And he said, "Scorekeeper, the duck won life." And then he goes and does Peekaboo. When he did that, people are saying that he's basically saying in his whacked out murals, he said, I lost a lot of friends, 16 to be specific. If you count those men behind him, that's 10. And if you count the light poles that have one person on each one, that's 16. So apparently, Man of the Garden now, the theory is that song, Man of the Garden, is a graveyard, which is crazy. Virginia says, A+ for art sparking conversations and expanding thinking. A+, there's a lot of folks could decode from this performance, art or not. Exactly. Like I said, it's like every performance. Let's be honest. People been saying the Super Bowl halftime show has been boring forever. So when I saw those reactions, especially from certain demographics, I didn't care. It didn't really make any difference. They said Rihanna's halftime was boring. They said the only halftime show I saw constant good reviews for, was Dr. Dre, when he brought out Mary J. Blige and 50 Cent and Snoop Dogg and Kendrick and Eminem. And I think the Coldplay, Beyonce, and Bruno Mars show. The Weeknd one gets received well too, but most of the time people walk away saying it wasn't good. And I saw people complaining about this, saying, man, it's going to be a white person that come do it next year. And you saw the white people saying, oh, we need the Super Bowl halftime show to go back to its roots. And it's like, I think y'all forgot the first person to do the halftime show was Michael Jackson. So the roots is black. So it's back to its roots now. But anyway, so yeah, congratulations on the Super Bowl halftime show. I enjoyed it. I like the breakdowns. I like the symbolism that he put in there. I understand, though, if you were somebody who was just looking for the hits, you were just looking for songs that you can just, jam to in your living room, and you wanted to sing along. You didn't want to have to, but I will say probably Kendrick's performance will probably be one of those Super Bowl halftime shows that people will go back to and watch to see the symbolism more. I think it's at like 50, 60 million already in 4, or however many days it's been. Maybe last Sunday. So yeah. So congratulations to him. I'm saying, like, people, how you want it, bruh. Once again, you have to separate there was an active beef going on a few months ago. You have to separate those people from the discussion. But I agree, the amount of black people that was saying, this is not, white people don't care about this, why are you doing this? It's like, bruh, part of hip hop is rebellion. You're supposed to go into areas, that's a quote unquote, that you're not not supposed to be in, quote unquote. You're supposed to make it yours. If you went up there and did what everybody else do and just play the song you expect him to play, and because when it comes to performance, when he plays the songs y'all want, he's always been great to me. He's one of the best rap performers in the world. There's only a few others that have the same performance level that he has. Even if I don't really like, what's his name, Tyler the Creator's music, performances is very energetic. Kanye West performances, even Travis Scott has a lot going on. But yeah, he's one of the best performers, but he decided to go this route. Shout out to him for standing on doing what he wanted to do once again, setting his own pathway. I really appreciate what he did, but it's understandable if you were looking for something else and to you were underwhelmed. That's fine too. Virginia says the Western mind is so used to chatter, not realizing the importance of symbolism and its impact on subconscious mind that the Americans tend to ignore, downplay. Facts. And also, that's what hip hop has always been. Hip hop is one of the more intellectual, it can be, let me say it like this, because I understand there's some hip hop out there that's just junk. But for the most part, we talk about the highest level, hip hop is one of the most intellectual art forms. It requires you to have some level of thinking ability. You have to be able to think at the highest level to really appreciate what it is. When you start getting to the club songs and just the mainstream trendy songs, that's the lowest level of the music. At the highest level, you can listen to a song and years later have a eureka moment and just, oh, this is just amazing. I still go back to certain albums from Kendrick, like To Pimp a Butterfly and Good Kid, Mad City. Damn, even those concept albums that even Mr. Around the Big Steppers, these are concept albums that have a point. They're driving home a point. Every song is purposeful. GNX in his own. A lot of artists used to do that, but concept albums in general have kind of died out, unfortunately. Mark going to say Living Colors, Super Bowl halftime roots. Mark going to say so it's still black no matter what. Exactly. I'm says and some light skinned chick with locks have been the worst reviews. I'm all serious. It's clear that he's chosen to, try to get his coins up by picking a side in this and trying to drive his viewership up. So shout out to him, I guess. I think the UK African chick, I think I saw that video going around of her talking about. I didn't listen to it. No offense, I'm not listening to a person who's not even in the country. No offense. But I will say, somehow, after the Super Bowl halftime show, man, oh man, that American flag is causing some rifts. People who didn't want Kendrick or even Beyonce loud with the Cowboy Carter album, they don't want Black Americans celebrating that flag. They're saying, hey, if you celebrate that flag and claim it, you're going to have to take on the blood that comes with it. It's like, well, I can't help where I'm from and not expecting someone to have some level of pride. Because when I say American, we all know what American we're talking about. So it is what it is. But it led to people like, I think Castanot, he was saying how they was pumping sound into the stadium because it wasn't loud because nobody was cheering or whatever. Then people started pumping a bunch of videos out from in the stadium where they were celebrating the music. Then now people started jumping on his ass because they brought up that old video of him saying this right here. Let me show this.
Are not cultured at all. Stop dick riding. I don't want to hear, when I'm asking general questions, I'm not asking y'all niggas. Stop dick riding. Y'all niggas is black. You're black. You're just black.
Just be yourself and hit them with hey. Also, I just found the Anarchy hoodie yesterday. Can't wait. Finna resubscribe in a little W female viewer. Big 2 months December 9th.
Thank you so much. Bro, you're just fully American. You're African American, bro. That's it. How was that see you in 30? That wasn't an insult. That was strictly you're black. You're not Trinidadian. You're not Jamaican. You're not African. You're not word. You're not Ghanaian. You're not Dominican. You're not Puerto Rican. You're not Cuban. You are American.
I farted so loud.
So you started with you don't have coaches. People start getting on them. And somebody said this. They said Black American identity largely comes second to its own influence, predominantly influenced by the Black Afro-Caribbean cultures that come before it. It holds little independent culture. Let's calm down now. Oh man, they still doing this. Honorable says those I hate the flag people are stupid. Seeing how many people that think that like that have been hiding amongst us is scary. Yeah, I'm not surprised because within our culture, we've always kind of pushed the idea that we're black, we're not American though. We kind of went away from trying to identify with the country as a whole. But as times have changed and politics are shifting, you are seeing people saying, well, we were here longer than most people in this country. It's ours. Forget not wanting to be associated with the sick stuff that they did. Let's claim what is ours. Now I want to show this video here. Shout out to Mark Gordon. He sent me this right here. I want to show this.
Exports were creating conditions for US centricity that absolutely defined the generation's understanding of what it means to be black. So for me, when I started doing my research into black history, I started off with America. Despite being British, I found myself looking towards America more to develop my understanding of black consciousness and the black identity.
When she said that, she just said that she's British, and she said when she started looking up her black identity, it kept pointing her to America when you talk about black consciousness. I remember a few years ago, me and Travis were looking up, we were trying to find, it was Black History Month in the UK, which I think is in August, October, one of those months. So during that month, we was looking up videos of British Black history or Black British history, whatever you want to call it. We kept trying to find them, videos of them talking about their, their great things, their great Black power movers. And every time we would look up a video, and this is not to be, it is what it is, they kept mentioning Black Americans. Like, even the reason why they have the holiday, for obviously, is because Black Americans started Black History Week, which turned into Black History Month at some point. So when we looked up them telling us about their history in the UK or Britain, they kept pointing to America themselves. So it just didn't go anywhere. I read he was upset he couldn't get us a Kendrick suite at the game. Yeah, I saw that too. Then he responded and said that he had his own suite, but then responded and said that he was trying to get in Kendrick's suite, and he just said nah, like that. And so I don't know.